Master, repent, what shall we do? Okay, so, it's a good thing I had to save just in case, because, I know I have more of this, but I decided to go ahead and release Final Fantasy IV before this. I will go ahead and start Final Fantasy V as well, but, you know, I'm going to put this game on a break for a little bit, as far as me recording it goes. But I'm going to get Final Fantasy up and running, and then, like here and there, I'll swap in the video too. Because then, well, I guess I could go ahead and release that before I do the 100% run. But otherwise, nah. Well, because really, I need to really get done and do what I gotta do. Final Fantasy IV will have to come out first before Mystic Quest. Then I'll do the 100% run, I think, or I'll delete that. I'm gonna delete that till after Final Fantasy V because I need to get those rolling. Right now, my main goal is Pokemon Fire Red. I think I'm gonna have to put that on hold for a little bit and try to get through those. And then after that, I'll put down. I probably want to finishing off that game before I go over there and go to the other. There are other Pokemon games I would like to play, but I also want to get started on another game. Actually, 2 games. I'm not just as concerned about Final Fantasy 8, 9, anywhere around there. That excursion. But I am concerned about Final Fantasy 7, so that would be one of my projects I want to get started on as well. But that is another time for another deal. After I get Final Fantasy V up and rolling with a few videos, I'll start that one. And then we'll go to there. Like I said, as I go along, I will be deleting videos. Because those are old, gone. As soon as I can find them, they're going to be wiped out. And that's after this has been released. So, you know. Anyway. Yeah. So today, believe it or not, is the same day I finished recording for Final Fantasy IV. Even though I have more of this. They're both fun games to play, don't get me wrong. But I just want to get this one done as much as I can. And I want to also just kind of stop and then try to do this, like, where I have a good save state at, or a good save at, where I've gotten to the point that after I get to the end game, before I get to the final boss, I want to make sure I get at least another save file up there. And that's what I'm going to do. And most likely you might see about 4 save files. One to do with one that's actually a much, much better take on this, even though that I had to sometimes shorten the video because, well, the video itself cannot be 2 gigabytes or over. That's for something else, but in case you're wondering. But I thought I would just knock this one out, and because I mean, I can get it pretty done good as long as I'm soloing. I don't know if that's the word. Basically, if I completely focus on it by itself, it's like I can with Final Fantasy, which actually I'm going to focus more on that than I am this, and then I want to focus on Final Fantasy V. I want to start getting that rolling, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. I'll be today, and then I'll work on Pokemon after I get this video done and recorded. So, yeah, I don't very often put down when I've recorded and finished recording because because unless I actually stopped the video and had to wait a little bit because, I just wasn't really in the mood to record no more, I guess. Sometimes it's not even just that. You know. But anyway, so hope you guys are doing well. So this person I don't want to talk to just yet, but I am going to do this. And now you might be wondering why, because as long as I'm actually into this point, which I might have to, eliminate some stuff with my memory card, that's not a big problem. There we go. There we are. And then, yeah, it doesn't matter whether. Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, anyway. So what we have to do is we have to go up here. For what reason did you arrest my wife? Let me see this new commander of yours. You cannot see Commander Craze without an appointment. Uh-oh, there's a big name you didn't think we'd be seeing ever again. What? Yeah. Who the hell are you? Are you aware that this is the Craze residence, you dog? Shut up, you common criminal. Oh yeah, one way to really piss him off. I mean, at least what we did was like minor, because we could actually return the sword. But his wife, oh, that's going way too far. Even I wouldn't stoop to that low. Anyway, so yeah, this is quite a larger number of opponents, even for me. Hey, you there! You've come just in time. Lend me your hand. Yep, and then we have to take on these guys. Yeah, it's a shame, but, the reason why it's a shame is because he actually has to be in the back row. So that, my friends, is why we're going to defend here. Use the clone rune. Probably use your rune. Okay, we can use that. And we can even use the shredding. I can't wait till she's more powerful. Li Ping is a character I don't wind up using, just so you know. Not that I haven't actually used him at all, but I would say penultimately I don't wind up using him. Yeah, he's not a terrible character by no means. Actually, there is no terrible characters, it's just some of them are just really, really not worth even bothering with. I mean, the only thing that is good about them as far as bothering with them is making sure they have enough strength. So, you probably don't want to leave, but you do want to switch around formation. Oh, yes. So, I'm going to go ahead and put you up here. And put you here. There you go. It's crazy, but because he doesn't get to go back there. So, there's also something else. I mean, we can come back in here later, but there's not much point. However, there is another familiar face. Ooh, an antique. Did I actually get... Okay. I don't remember if I actually got it or not. Try not to put this on too much fast speed because of reasons that this thing has a tendency to crash up and everything. Probably because of the scratching crack that I have already on this. Yeah, I went ahead and got that. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, so Commander Craze is a despicable fellow. So is, I think his name is Gary or whatever. No, not Gray, but Grady. Heh, you again. Whoever you are, thanks to you, I've been reassigned to this miserable country town. How dare you get in the way of my promotion? Now you're getting in the way of my pleasure. You disgusting. You are disgusting. Return, alien, immediately. I'll never forgive you. So, at this point, yeah, we can do this if we want to. And use Firestorm. Yep, that wasn't hard at all. This isn't really a... This is like a mini boss fight, if anything. Wow, look at that 20. You learn! Repent! By the way, she said no, just in case you're wondering. I really know that it doesn't look like it at first sight. Heh! That's far enough. Don't come any closer. I wouldn't want to hurt this beautiful lady. Why a rogue rotten to the core. When I think that I was taking orders from this creature. Say what you will. I have to protect myself. By the way, let me bring out an old friend of yours. Hey, come on out. Pawn. Pawn. Capture those men. This is your chance to wipe the dirt off of General Teal's name. Pawn. You got really going to do as he says. Cleo, Romeo, young master. Pawn. I don't regret the decision I made that day, even now. That's right, Pawn. Yet my heart still aches. I want to follow my heart, whether my heart is right or wrong will be judged by history. Pawn, what are you talking about? You're a pig in human skin. Take this! Wow. You seem to be hated by a lot of people. Now wait a minute. Take it easy. Think of what will happen to your father if anything happens to me. Oh wow. Okay. So if you didn't save, this would be you should have done that. You're the one person I can't forgive. You don't really mean to. Hey, help! And that's what you thought. And then, that happens. Or you could do this, which I'm not sure which one's the good choice, but get the hell out of here. Young master, why spare him? He killed Tit. We don't know that for a fact. Grimion, it's young master's decision. He's got a bigger heart than we do, and I'm proud of him. Yep. So I basically don't know what happened to him. So this is always something I always make it dependent of. I have actually done this, by the way, which is actually not a good decision. Even if you aren't doing the 100% run, do not do this. But you can if you want to. Young master, Commander Killer, please let me join the Liberation Army. I cannot ask to be forgiven, but even so, I would like to be of service to you. So this is another reason why you would have saved. I can't forgive you. Please, master. I'm sorry, but I can't. It's about Ted, I suppose. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even have to so much advice to you, but even so, I want to join. Nah, I just can't forgive you. Oh, I see. You still can't forgive me. And so, you could talk to him again. But I think, if you do that and then, move or not even bother talking to him, it completely wipes him out. So, Pawn, lend us a hand. Young master, thank you so much. My life is in your hands, Commander Killer. Yep. Pawn joins. Now, there's a reason why you want him to join. Anyway. Thank you very much. The pet really wanted to help you for some time. Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't just... I don't know. Why they did... Yeah, whatever. Maybe he didn't listen to her. Commander Killer, I too appear... Commander Killer, it appears that I too am now a fugitive. I pretended to be blind to Empire's cruelties just to protect my family. Look where it's gotten me. What family? Anyway, we'll get more on that later. Yiding? Yes? You are no longer my wife. But why, LePant? I am joining the Liberation Army. I probably won't be able to return. You're a cruel man. What do you take me for? Have you come along? Go be shopper. I've been prepared for the worst ever since I married you. And yet you screamed out for his name. Never mind. Let's anyway. Commander Killer, please let me lend a hand to the Liberation Army. Yep, LePant recruited, and we also recruited her. Yeah, it doesn't tell you, because it's automatic most of the time anyway. Except that most of the time it doesn't tell you, thank you very much. Okay, so, anyway. We need a bit of time to prepare, but we'll join you at the DVD KMP Castle very soon. Ah, yet a name I've always used. So I'm glad I got Pawn back. So, you know. We are, unlike Pokemon or whatever, we need to actually... Which I don't remember ever working, like if you put it in a computer, not put it, but it automatically does, where it heals up. I remember always having to drag it back out and heal it. That's always every time. And I remember every time I drug one out, I had to heal up. And I had no problem with it doing it either way. But, hey, I ain't gonna bitch if it heals it up automatically. Like, especially if you use the deal. It's crazy. So, yeah. Okay, so I think you gotta be at least level 22, if I'm not mistaken. In order to talk to this girl. Yeah, she's, reminds me of Lady Odessa Silver, Lorelei. Who are you? The Liberation Army, So, yeah. Gee, I don't know. She always says that. Forget it. I don't hang around with weaklings. So, but I'm not gonna recruit her anyway. But this is why I had another save file. Just in case. Because, you know. It's very important that we actually have Pawn. I'm not sure what other reason, but there is a point coming up that will not make much sense to you. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save over that one too. As long as it's still in the beginning sorts of the game, it's at least before you get to the final end point of the game, it's fine. So, as long as you do that, you're fine. Trust me on that one. So, anyway. We also have to do a bit of recruiting that may not make sense to you, but we have to if we want to fully, completely update everyone's weapons. So, yep. I can't tell you what that is. But for now, since we actually have them... Oh, there is somebody over here that we will be seeing that I do not like, although he is actually much better, and he only stars in 3 games, for the record. Yeah, so we need a certain person. I always choose to do something else. Oh, he's not here yet. Oh, okay, never mind then. Alright. Anyway, so we're gonna go, I guess, back. Like I said, Luke is very useful, but not as useful where you could more use him if you wanted to, like in 2. And there's a reason for that, and I'll go more into that when we get to Suikoden 2. I will start Suikoden 2 as well at some point, but not right now. Speaking of that, I actually have to start it all over anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I do need to go up here. It won't be that much longer. And we'll get into region, I guess you might say region number 3 more like, because region number 2, see, the very first region is going to be the one we took over that had to do with somebody who's both counts but doesn't count. I don't know whatever happens to him. There's not much said about him. They don't even talk about him anymore, but they do talk about the fat commander, the assistant, Kanan, or whatever his name is. And I don't know what happens to Grady. I just know that they're gone. So I don't know if they change or what. Yeah, Maelstrom. So that's very important that we do that. Not that it really matters or at least anything, but we'll have to cross that at some point. So yeah. But anyway, so the thing is now, this fortress probably might not mean anything until we level up to, let's say, 40 as well. But I'm probably not going to recruit them either until I do the 100% run. But I'm going to try and keep at least 2 save files. That's why you have 2 save files. You know, because there is a reason to have that. May sound nuts, but you know. And it's only for these 2 games, Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2. So, anyway, now we have to go in here. And now that we have this, we'll be able to do what we want to do. However, I do want to go back and put her there. And I remember a lot of people would say, you always want to put the leader in the back. And I'm like, no, I don't. I never have him in the back. I always have him in the front. Well, actually, that's not true. I've had him in the back. But that's neither here nor there. I forgot I wanted to heal up first before I go anywhere. So right now, we're done for this town, except for 2 things. But, you know, like I said, 100% run. I shouldn't have talked to that one guy, but he gets automatically recruited if you talk to him anyway. I know that makes no sense, but yeah. And then there's Corinne. He's been recruited, so you want to go ahead and do that. Save here because there's an unavailable event that I don't want to have to do, but it's all right. I mean, it's not a bad thing by any means, except for the part that if you need to do, say, some more recruitment drive that you can do now, you'd be sorry out of luck. So, you know, that's just the way it is for that. So let's see, what are we looking at for time? Oh, we got 21 minutes, so we're all right. We got plenty of time. So before I go ahead and start doing Final Fantasy V, and then I'll do. I'm not promising you when I'm going to release that. Now, this is part of the projects that I intend to bring back, but I'm going to start all of them over. So by the time that they get done, this will be also be done anyway. So yeah, I'll be slipping it in there, including getting Suikoden done, or Suikoden 2 done. Ah, see, there's a couple characters here. I don't know that we really needed him for this, but you know, this guy I still can't stand. But let's talk to him anyway. How's it hanging? I'm hanging just fine. Jeez. And you might be wondering what this gel system is for. Well, the thing about the gel system, I'm just going to tell you. It's this big old spoiler, but it's not all that useful until I think it's... I don't know anything about Suikoden 5, so don't ask me about nothing about that. Even though I have played it, I just never got that far. So... the biggest use for it is in Suikoden 4. That's when it becomes more handy and more... that it's actually has more of a purpose. So, that's just from what I know. So. It's been a while, Killard. It's been a real while, Killard. I guess we both managed to get by without getting caught. Like Marcus, Sidonia, what are you doing here? I heard some rumors about you and figured this would be a good chance to return the favor we owe you. We'd like to join the Liberation Army. Hey, Sidonia, you say something too? Heh, hi there. Oh well, by the way, I'd like to say hello to Lady Odessa. Odessa's... This has gone on north. Let's go north on a mission. Master Commander Killard is our leader while she's away. I hate when my ear pops when I sound like. North. Oh well. In any case, congratulations, Killard. Leader there. Very impressive. Very impressive. Commander Killard. How about holding a banquet to welcome Lupin, Marcus, and all our new friends? Okay, so it doesn't matter what you choose here. Just remember this. You don't have a choice in the matter. Now, wait up. Good idea, Master Matthew Silverberg. You agree, don't you, Killard? Actually, I do because, you know, it's fine. Let's do it. A fine understanding leader you are. Yes, I am. So don't call me fine. I'm not... Anyway. Well then, I'll cook my best recipes. Yes, you will, and you'll get some help from the cooks in this place. That's what makes them handy. Anyway, so... Like I said, this is completely unavoidable. And the only time you'll ever get to see this. I don't know why they didn't make more use of the banquet sort of thing, but they didn't. You know, like this. I mean, they kind of have it sort of like that in Suikoden 2, but it's not as good as like this. I mean, I'm not talking about because they're standing, which is ridiculous. Romeo's cooking is the best in the land, I tell you. That slop the Imperial Armor serves it so. I wouldn't know. Pan, can't you be more quiet while you eat? I myself, Commander, prefer to drink quietly. No kidding. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Having fun, young master. I wouldn't call it fun. I'm just talking to you people. You know. Yo, Master Killard, let's cross those Imperials right away. Yeah. Oh man, I forgot his voice. Killard, the moon is beautiful tonight. This is a fine crew, Commander Killard. I am glad I came. Li Pan really seems to be enjoying himself. He must truly hate the Empire. Well, I mean, in a way, I don't really hate the Empire. It's what it's become too. So, just so you know. And now, there's Killard. I'll take that run on your right hand. Give it to me. Uh-oh. So, this is not a bad fight anyway. The Assassin. So, yeah, the ruin's not going to do you much good. So, I'm just going to do this. Wow. So, you did that, did you? Free will, bitch. So, even though that I'm getting attacked, doesn't really matter. And he's gone. So, you know, even though that we just dealt some damage to it, doesn't really matter. And we won that fight. So I don't know if we're actually supposed to win or lose, but it looks like it doesn't really matter if you do or not. Which is a very rare thing. Master Killer, are you alright, you scoundrel? How dare you infiltrate the Liberation Army's headquarters? Ha ha ha, the Liberation Army indeed. Do you really think you can defeat the Imperial forces? Fools! Say that again! I dare you! Watch your back, Killer Lady. Window is always ready to destroy you. Really? But she doesn't have the true power of destruction, only I do. I'll stand watch over Master Mouth to kill her. No, I protect him tonight. Stop this silly argument. Why don't you both stand watch? Please quit pointing your brush, young master. I'll be protecting you. Stop the silly argument. Master Killer. Well, tonight onwards I shall be on guard duty here. So it doesn't really matter which one you choose. I'm going to save this day here just because, you know, it's just like this. Now watch what happens if we do that. Now, I can do that, or I can do this. It does the same thing. I don't know why they give you an option like that. But anyway. Good morning, young master. It's another beautiful day outside. It sure is. Where's my food? I don't know. Master Killer is thinking about Tio. Yeah, I probably am not thinking about him, but anyway. So, yep, this is where we stand. That's because we don't have a whole lot of recruits. I mean, I'll probably just like skip out on a few of them. But anyway. Now, there's somebody that I didn't know you could do this with, but like it really matters. So, we're going to go down to, believe it or not, well, actually, no, we won't, because, we're just about out of time in this episode. But yeah, we'll do some more on another day, because it might be like, I don't know, a week from now, 2 days from now, I have no idea, because I want to get on Final Fantasy V and get that started rolling and rolling, you know. Oof. Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead? You serious? You serious? Okay. She's serious. She's gonna stand right there. Okay, let's try and speed this up, shall we? Thank you. So, you might notice that now we have a thing right here. I'll go with that a little bit, like whatever. But let's go ahead and have a thing while we can, like an exploration, because it's a good idea to explore around and see what you've missed out on, whatever. Master Killer, how are you here to see Master LaPont? Martha. Seeing his happy face reminds me of my own youth. Yeah. She's a great mage, but beyond that, you know, Commander Killer. I'm very glad to have joined the Liberation Army. Together we'll defeat the Imperials. Yes, we will. So, now we have to... talk to these guys. I miss that easygoing bandit life. Yeah. So the Darksmith is still there, and there's nothing to this side yet, but we will later. Much later. Now, let's say you want to know about this over here, right? You have business in my vault? What do you mean your vault? It's our vault. You're in our castle. Whatever. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to drop this, and okay, I'm not thinking of the right thing. I'm going to drop that too, and we'll drop this. Oh, there's only a good secret that I know about this game that may not make sense to you. Oh, right, we can detach people. That's right, I forgot. So, Elaine, which has star earrings, which we can't take off of her, which is, as you know, is, what's his name's wife? Yeah, I don't use her anyway. And we have Napon. That's another reason why, because he has stuff on him. So, Tai-Ho, we can go ahead and take off that. Sidonia, oh yeah, man. Lepant, taking that off him. Oh, can't. Alright. Luke has all that. Kren has that. I don't even like that guy. Not that it matters. See, how much I don't like this guy, I'm not even going to bother equipping him with anything. For all I care, he could freaking die and I wouldn't care. That's how much I hate this guy. Seriously. Oh, crap. Anyway. Did not mean to unequip Victor there. But it doesn't really matter. Chupo. Moss. The crazy thing about leveling up weapons, I'll have to go about that later on. So, Sansuki and Antonio. That's 4 people. For now, I'm going to go ahead and go get... well, it doesn't really matter anyway. We'll go put him back on together. But that's all the time that we have for this episode. And, yeah, so our next region is coming up. You wouldn't think it, but it is the second region. So this technically counts as the first region. Even though we've kind of taken a path into there. And even though that technically there wasn't really a commander over it, unless you count like Lord Ayan, Guide, or Craze. But we'll go more about that, what I mean about that later on, because, well... Anyway, I'll see you guys in another episode. Later.